Hello everyone. Well, Noah was wanting to get the boy out, and the boy is of course Jesse. Of course, that's going to be the new word, maybe, hope not. Noah wanted to get him out all by himself, and I explained to Noah that even Nan has a little bit of difficulty getting Jessie out, even all by herself. Snakes are so strong. The muscle power in them is incredible, and I wouldn't let Noah do this, put Jessie around his shoulders, unless I was here to, of course, keep him safe from Jessie tightening around his neck, which Jessie is more than capable of doing, because being that boy that, he's hanging on quite well there with his arm, that likes to feel very secure when he's being held, it would be pretty normal for Jessie to tighten up. Is he tightening up around your neck?
No, as he moved, like this crack.
Ah, okay. I forgot what I was saying now. Nana's brain, unless she stays on that path, can get sidetracked, and I'll forget in a split second, people. And I think, it's the time of the year where we've got a million things.
You were talking about Jesse for how strong he was?
Yeah, well, very, very strong. And, allowing Noah, if that is correct, Noah, allowing Noah to put him around his neck as such is a definite no-go unless Nana is here and I can help him. Should Jessie decide I really need to grip tight here and hang on. And I'm going to bring up a comment or a statement of somebody who I just got some messages from yesterday. Where are you going, dude?
I'm sitting down.
Oh, okay. He had acquired a jungle carpet python who was about 6 years of age. Now Jessie is 4 years of age, and a big boy, as you can see. No, he's not a little snake, and neither was this female. I saw videos of her that he was lovely to send to me to ask me some questions on what he could do, how he could get her out, what was the best way to go about it, and so on. So I was doing my utmost to help him, and she, going by the videos, was your very average, typical, a little afraid, and I would put her in the classification of just being a little afraid, not overly. She took flight, of course. Where you going, dude?
He wants to go up top.
Where are you going? You could let him go up there. I'll just have to turn off the fan, of course, but you can let him crawl up there, and I'll follow you a little bit here. Jessie is going to notice that there is no in between here with the enclosures where he would go and curl up in. So I'm wondering whether he's going to go down there and think, where has that gone? That was my favourite spot. If you remember, I had a crate and then an enclosure on the top. Well, Jessie used to get in between the crate and the enclosure, and he would just curl up and spend the whole entire day laying there while Lily would be up there. But anyway, back to the subject. So I was guiding him through, helping him to understand how to react to her and what and why she was reacting as she was. And there to be, you know, that moment of where she went into her flight is the moment that you go in to pick her up, and not wait for her to get the upper hand again, where she will turn around. She's not intent on fleeing, she's intent back on fighting you and you not touching her. But he managed to get her out. She was, of course, in that what am I doing? And I'm trying to get a good view of Jesse up here, but it's a little difficult. You can only kind of see his tail hanging there, but he yeah, I can't see his head, but he's up there. But basically, she was, I wouldn't say excited, she was more about what are you expecting from me? What do you want me to do? Where will I go? How will I move? So she was just virtually trying to crawl out of his arms or hands and pretty much get back into her enclosure at that particular point. He only kept her out very briefly, of course, and then let her go back home. And I'm pretty sure he continued to do this with her and get her out and give her a little bit of time out and then back into her enclosure. And he said that she was getting better and better. And a friend came over, and I will say here that, you know, I don't want to shed any negativity on snakes at all. They are amazing, beautiful creatures that if you've, of course, put in the time with them, spent time with them, are gentle souls. But we know that we have to. Are you talking to me, Jessie? Are you? Are you saying something to me? And we know that they're gentle and become calm and beautiful to have around us and with us. But you know, this girl was still in those early stages of adapting to being brought out of her enclosure and handled. So understand that she was still very new, and she was 6 years of age, so she wasn't a young snake at all. And of course, again, remembering that powerful muscle snake too. And he had a friend over, and I don't know the whole thing to it. All I know is that his friend was holding her, and she decided to constrict around his fingers. Now she wasn't, you know, she's a long snake, and I'm sure that had knowledge been there more, this just would not have happened. But you know, accidents do happen, and she started to constrict and really, really tightly around this guy's fingers. And I guess not having the knowledge of how to loosen her up or, you know, get her to constrict from this person's hand, she actually broke 3 fingers on this man's hand, where he had to go in. I'm so sorry for this video and you're not really seeing much of Jesse at this particular point, but yeah, when he gets up here, I'm not very tall, so, but yes, 3 fingers, bones exposed, surgery. I was shocked, actually. I do know how powerful snakes are when they constrict, and why they have to be so powerful, especially if they're live feeders. You know, they have to constrict as they do, but to actually break fingers, she was just doing what she needed to do. I can't keep my arm up because it's starting to ache, but let's go down and you might be able to see Jack is down there at the moment. It's so warm, so down there is much cooler.
See is out on our bamboos.
Yeah, and C is out of course basking. We'll take a little walk over to see Sia at the moment. Oh, not Sia, Tessa, I'm sorry. I know she came out because she made a little mess up this end, but that's all been cleared and clean. So anyway, that was what I was informed about yesterday, and just thinking to myself, how did that happen? How was somebody not able to loosen her up? I don't know, but yeah, I'm not putting snakes into a bad light at all. I want you to understand there's human error involved too at times, as well. You know, could Maya constrict and break my fingers? Probably. But I'm well aware of their strength and what they can do, and I'm well aware of what to do in those sorts of circumstances as well. You know, it seemed rather ironic that I did a video about people saying to me one day one of my snakes is going to kill me. Well, maybe it might be able to break bones, but kill me, no. And that's why I always say, so important to develop that bond and that trust and that relationship with your snakes while they're young, and just be aware of what they are capable of as big snakes. Absolutely be aware of that. So guys, yeah, she has gone to a breeder who is going to breed her, which is great. She wasn't given away because she was now considered a dangerous snake. He understood that this was not her fault, that her intent was not to harm. He just didn't feel knowledgeable enough to keep her. And I commend him for finding her a new home to go to, where she'll be looked after and well taken care of, and admitting that he just wasn't experienced enough to have her in his life. So yeah, just be aware. They are strong. They are very, very strong. And don't get yourself into that type of a situation if you don't know what you're going to do to get yourself out of it. So guys, you take care of yourself. I can see you've done a mess too, Missy. Is that why you're up in your hammock right now? Take care of yourself, your family, and your snakes, and all your animals. Don't forget your friends. I think I did. They're important too. Ciao.